Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Billy Ho Sports. Huge weekend coming up. It's Travers Week. Happy Travers Week, everybody. Travers Day is the biggest day of the meet at Saratoga, in my opinion. It's the Summer Derby. It has all the nicknames. We're going to go over the likely contenders and go through the stakes card too, and just kind of give you a lay of the land for BHS content coming up this week. Just get your beak wet a little bit until the entries come out a little bit later tonight, hopefully. So we're going to draw for the split the pot bet on Wednesday, August 20th. It's going to be a part of the Pick 5 video. So every year I have my home league fantasy football draft, and it seems to fall on Travers Day every year. So I'm going to be unavailable Saturday afternoon on doing that. So we're going to have a 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday deadline, or we fall back to the alternate entries, the AEs, when we do the draw. So just check the description for details. You just need to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. I am a solo operation, so from top to bottom, I do all the production, the filming, the editing. I even make my own thumbnails. I do all the advertising. So your support is the key to my success in growing the channel. I so much appreciate all the commenters showing up for every video. So share the word, you guys, and maybe we can get this thing rolling. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the undercard into several videos. I'm going to put the Forego, which is for the older males, and we're going to get a real treat there with Bookham Dano going. Others like Mulligan and Banishing are going to look to unseat that top dog. The Allen Jerkins is for the 3-year-old males. These are all 7 furlong sprints, by the way. That's why I put them together. So the Allen Jerkins is for 3-year-old males. That's going to maybe include the resurging Chancer McPatrick. I don't think he's going to try the Travers. I think the success he had in the previous race, the Curlin at a shorter distance, one turn, seems more appropriate for him. Maybe we'll see some of those Baffert horses like Barnes come back and make a return. Also, the part of that video is going to be the third race is the Ballerina, which is for the 3-year-olds and upward, fillies and mares. And boy, do we have some stars there. Ways and Means and Copion. That matchup looks pretty sexy. So that's going to be one video. That'll probably come out on Monday sometime. And then the next video coming out on Tuesday will be like the personal ensign, which will award a Breeders' Cup slot to the distaff for the winner. And so look for Torpedo Anna to make her return and to solidify that top spot in the division once again. After her tough loss she took earlier in May, she did bounce back with a victory most recently, but I think she's still got a little more to prove to get us back on her side. The Soul Turf contest will go with that video. The Lake Placid, the Grade 2, that's going to pit some of the best 3-year-old fillies in a 1-mile turf race there. And then obviously I said the Wednesday will be the Pick 5 video with the split the pot draw. So today we're going to just jump into the 5 to 7. I don't know how many for the Travers. Give you a little profile on what's going on. We're going to start with just a little disappointment in my book. The major players that would have challenged sovereignty are pointing elsewhere. Journalism's ducking, running back to Cali for the Pacific Classic. Baeza probably would have been a factor, but he's opting for the Penn Derby, as is goal oriented, as is Chunk of Gold. They don't want none of the king. Anyway, another big time contender, Gosker, quote unquote, needs more time off. And then Sherry DeVoe's So Sandy, who ran such a huge race in that Curlin, nearly beating Chancer McPatrick, looks like she's pointing toward the Penn Derby as well. So we'll start with the king himself, Sovereignty. Obviously, it's Mark Casse. He's got the colt humming. He put away 2 of the 3 Triple Crown races. Most recently, handed journalism his ass for the second time in the Belmont with a big statement victory there. And then easily won the Jim Dandy versus a really good effort. Props to Baeza for the effort, but he was just kind of going to get that done no matter what. So Baeza obviously pointing to the other race. We did have a work on August 16th for Sovereignty, going 5 furlongs in 101 and 4. So the big player, I guess, would probably be the most important challenger, would be Magnitude. That's Steve Asmussen's horse. He's gonna, I believe, retain Ben Curtis for the Travers. I was really encouraged. I liked the horse initially, and then he didn't perform very well in some of the earlier races, and then absolutely freaked in the Risen Star and blew them all off the pavement. But then comes out of that race with an injury and has to go to the sidelines and for several months, and then comes back. Good move by Asmussen to skip the Jim Dandy and train up for this race because the return in the Iowa Derby every bit as impressive as we last saw. Uh, I don't know, it was like a 9 length win in both. So August 9th, 5 furlongs and 101 flat on the Saratoga track. Dude's going to run his race, which means the pace should set up for Sovereignty for the close as well. Then we have a Chad Brown horse by the name of Strategic Focus that might go. Going to add blinkers. He looks like he's all but committed to doing it. So he was the favorite in the Curlin, led into the stretch. He really didn't look all that distracted to me, just unable to hold off Chance of McPatrick. And so Sandy down the stretch. So I don't know, maybe just a little more maturity. Maybe the blinkers will help those works focus and he'll be more mature and fitter coming into the race. He did work August 9th in 4 furlongs, 48.75. Then that leads me into another front runner. Bracket Buster is a quality stakes horse, but I don't think he's a grade one level. That was apparent because he dominated in the Pegasus listed stakes at Monmouth, and then he got blown off the track in the stretch drive of the Haskell by goal oriented Gosker and, of course, journalism. So it would be up to him to go with Magnitude. I don't know if he's fast enough to keep up, be honest with you. So there might not be a spot that he would be slotted in well for. But it looks like he's going to go. So hopefully that just the more the merrier now at this point. Now there is another Bob Baffert shipper by the name of Nevada Beach, who we last saw win the Los Alamitos Derby on the 6 furlong oval. Tight turns, favoring speed. I'm not sure if he's going to handle the grind of the travel in the Saratoga heavy stretch drive. He looks like one that would point toward the Penn Derby. I don't really know what they're going to do with him yet. But basically, that's about it. There's a few more of them. I was looking for Captain Cook. I heard that was a mention, but I don't think that he's going to go. McAfee was another mention. McAfee, I would just be a long shot slot filler. He's run a couple of good races in the Peter Pan and others, but he's more like a Penn Derby guy, or he could be going in one of those one turn races coming up pretty soon. He racing up against horses like Verifier and Smoking Wicked. Burnham Square is the one I'm not really sure where he's going next. So Sandy, obviously, I believe is pointing toward the Penn Derby. But all that being said, that is going to be your Travers Day preview. Remember to be a subscriber and leaving those comments gets your name in the draw. Tons of content coming this week. I really do appreciate everybody. Let's crank the volume up. Let's get to 3,500 subscribers by the end of the summer. Maybe we'll plow forward through the Breeders' Cup and maybe try to get 4,000. That would be the goal ultimately, and we'll go from there. So thanks for joining me, everybody. We'll see you soon.